Hello, everyone. Welcome to Health with Soul, Real
It's
Talk
Pat
with
here. How are
Norma.
y'all
And
doing? I'm doing great. How
hey,
about
how
you,
you doing,
Norma? I mean,
Pat?
hey, as much as I can say, we're above ground, so I'm awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Not
same
gonna
here.
complain at
Yeah, I'm
all.
not going to
Nope, nope,
complain,
nope.
right? As someone
Yeah,
said,
they
who's
they
going to
they
listen to you
listen,
anyway?
but
But
you know what? And it's okay. It's
yeah,
okay. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so today we're going to discuss that all or nothing mentality. Like, oh, I wish I knew how
I
to
know.
use
What's
the
that
sounds
clapping thing?
better
Yeah,
because
you
I
did
would do
it.
that. Dun
Yeah, you
dun
did it one time.
dun.
Let's see. Yeah. Where the
Yeah,
heck was
I
it?
don't
Yeah, we'll have to
remember
look at
where it
it.
is. Uh,
I
yeah,
like it.
that and that's
I
the
know,
one.
huh?
It would be the dun dun dun. Let's talk
Yeah.
about all or nothing mindsets. Oh, so when we're talking about all or nothing mindset, it is that perfectionist mentality um, that that some people have. Some people have it where they will say they can't get a full workout in, so they just don't do any workout at all. Or if they might be missing an ingredient, so they just don't make whatever it is that they wanted to make. Or it might be where the housework, if they can't clean the entire house, then it's just not going to get done. That's what we're talking about when we're discussing
Yeah.
perfectionist mentality.
All or
Yeah. Or
nothing.
all or nothing mentality. Yeah. Do you find that do you ever feel that way, Pat? Because I think I have that.
No,
I
because
do.
I'm like, even if I can
Mhm.
just get that 10, sometimes I find myself, because I have to, to do that crunch cycle, right? Where I've just got so many things going on. So even if I can
Mhm.
get that 5 or 10 minutes in, I'm okay with it. And I mean, I'll feel guilty after I do it, but,
Uh-huh.
for me, it's better just to even do something than nothing. So I try. So, I try to be this,
Mhm.
superwoman, which will have to
Yeah.
be maybe a topic that we do too. Superwoman. Yeah. Can't do it all. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just try to get it
Right.
in. And then that way, at least I say, okay. But I know when I first started, like really, really
Mhm.
working out, 12, 15 years ago, I would go to the gym every day. And maybe that's when
Mhm.
I might have had the experience of, all or nothing, or that perfectionist thing, like, oh my gosh, I got to get there. I got to get there. And,
Mhm.
so yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Mm,
my perfectionist mentality, I think,
okay.
stems from my
Yeah.
gymnastics career. Because one of the things you have to do, you have to point your toe. You always hear, point your toe, put your
Oh
arm back,
yeah.
stick out your chest, stuff like that. You have to be there's this little
Yeah.
perfection thing that goes along with gymnastics because
Yeah.
that's what they're looking for. And so I've had to talk to myself as I've grown older and tell myself, Norma, look, everything's not going to be set in stone like
Yeah.
this. You have to be flexible. Like I have to be flexible. And then I read it's not a haiku, but I don't think it is. But that
Uh-huh.
one that talks about the bending reed. That one, I don't know what it is, but basically it says the bending reed in the wind, the reed that does not bend in the wind remains intact. Wait, the reed that bends in the wind remains intact, and the reed that
Okay.
does not bend
Okay.
in the wind breaks. It's
Okay. I
like a
have to take a
Chinese
look at that.
proverb. It's really
Yeah, that's
good.
okay.
I'm not saying it right, and I'm
Okay.
yeah, so about the bending reed. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of that makes sense because if you don't move and change with circumstances, you can break. You can
Right.
do things or you just don't do it. Um, and then you lose out on the benefits of, and you could have got some little benefits instead of just
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
benefits at all.
So I think what Norma's
So,
saying is we can't be so hard on ourselves. We got to be a little bit flexible and take what we can
yeah.
get, like real talk, right? We gotta, it's something is better than
Mhm.
nothing. Okay. And
Yes.
so I know, like you were saying with gymnastics, Norma, wow, that is so different. It's interesting because when I was growing up, we didn't do a lot of different things. I did Girl Scouts, right? That's what
Uh-huh.
girls did, right? Or campfire girls, which I don't even think they have that even
Uh-huh.
around anymore. Yeah, campfire, and yeah, I live in
Never heard
California,
of
Southern
that
Cal.
one.
And so now I think the opportunity for
Uh-huh.
females, and especially African American females, is greater now. Is getting ready to do a double negative there. Is better now because
Mhm.
it's acceptable. We can do everything now. But when I was growing up, I grew up when, you know,
Uh-huh.
we had to wear dresses all the time. They had just started allowing us to wear
Mhm.
pants. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The
Mm.
transition of flexibility. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. Yeah. So I think this is such
Mhm.
a better environment for folks. So all or nothing, right? Real talk. I think that's awesome. Let's do something rather than
Mhm.
not do anything, even if it's like I said, walking from parking your
Uh-huh.
vehicle far away and then walking, hey, get some steps in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, there's a article on the Ace Fitness
Okay.
Network about the all or nothing mentality. And one of the things they say is to ask yourself what function your absolute thinking
Okay.
serves, because it's serving some function. It's it's not a mindset that, is about growth. They're saying it's a protective mechanism. It's protecting people from taking risks. So it's the brain's way of keeping you safe. It's doing its job. You're trying to stay alive. The brain is protecting us all day
Hmm.
long, and we don't think about it, but it is. And we can stay in our comfort zone. So it's staying in our comfort zone. And when you
Ah,
stay in your comfort zone, you're not
that's
growing.
right.
There's no growth happening. When you stay in your comfort zone, you're growing. One of the ways and one of the things you can look at with growth, and you're starting to do it, is when you're uncomfortable. It's taking risks. It's doing something different. It's reaching beyond yourself, and then finding out you can do it. And then now you've grown, and you now know you have the skill that you can do. So, that's one of the things that I would encourage people to, take a risk, step out of that comfort zone. You know, if you're exercising, do 15 sets instead of 10. If 10 is easy, it's time to bump it up. It's time to bump that up. Right. If 10 just does nothing and you can whip it out, now your body's telling you I'm good. I'm good here. Now it's time for you to take that step, bump it up to 15, bump up your weights and build and and grow. It's
Yeah, that's
growth.
a good point.
So,
Yeah, yeah, because that's what
yeah.
I see sometimes. Because I'm
Mhm.
really in a really good comfort zone, right? Because I do Zumba, right, and that's what I do. And
Uh-huh.
so for me, I was just listening, I have to step outside the box. I have to force myself now to go back to the gym, whereas that's where it started. That's where it all started at, right? Is that I was working out at the gym and doing that
Mhm.
on the elliptical or the bicycle or whatever, or my free weights and what have you. And now I've gotten so comfortable. All I do is, I just go do my little Zumba and that's it. So even, I think that
Uh-huh.
that's exactly what you said, Norma. We have to get out of our comfort zone, change things up and not, even if you're doing it can be something very,
Mhm.
very little. I know sometimes now what I do is because I also trained in toning and core, and I'll pick up some weights and I'll say, hey guys, we're going to
Mhm.
do a 1 pound or 2 pound weight. I don't go past 3 for these folks. Let's pick these up and we're going to do something
Uh-huh.
different for about 5 or 10 minutes because I can only take them 5 because they're just not used to it yet. But just switch it up. So
Mhm.
that's really, really important. Trick it up a little bit and change it, and it's okay, right? Because we're in our, get out of your comfort zone. I like that.
Yeah.
I like all that what you said because I was thinking about myself. I'm like, whoa, wait, okay, that's me. No, I'm comfort. Yeah, I got that comfort. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where that's
Yeah.
what's happening. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And then another thing that they talked about is realizing that just because we think something, that doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily make it true or helpful.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That one that one's kind of deep. Someone was the, there was someone saying that, we all live in this world, but we all live in our own little bubbles, you know. And our little
Right.
bubbles are what we believe is true. Um and we kind of just go along throughout life intersecting with these other little bubbles, other people, and other
Right.
people think what they think is true, right? So, um, then one of the things they say is ask yourself, if you're in that all or nothing mentality, ask yourself, is this thought true? I mean, is it true that if
Yeah.
you can't clean the whole house, in that one setting, that one Saturday, if you cannot clean the whole house, is it true that, it's just all over for the house cleaning for that day? It's just all over. I can't get to the bathroom today and clean that, so I'm just not going to clean everything. Is that really true?
Yeah.
No, it's not all over. The
Yeah.
bathroom might be missed this week. You might need to come back to it
Okay.
a
I like
different
that
week.
one. That's a
Um,
good one.
and then yeah, like ask, is this really true when you're thinking about the thoughts? And can I ask absolutely 100% know what this thought is true? Most of the time, most thoughts aren't
Yeah.
100%,
Mm.
right? Most things have a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of gray area. So, again, if we're going to bring it back to the gym. If you can't get that whole workout in, is it 100% true that it's just worthless?
No.
No, it's not, because
Yeah.
you can get 20 minutes in, maybe. Whatever time you have, maybe not the hour, you can get 20 minutes in. And how do you react to that thought? So is it a positive reaction? Is it a negative reaction? And who would I be without this thought? Like, would you be someone who would get stuff done?
I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's a paralyzation that happens when you become that all or nothing. Um, you it's perfection paralyzation, that paralyzed by perfection, something. You just don't do it. So you just sit there and look at
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
and watch it
Yeah.
grow
Yeah. And
out of
I think
control.
that, we as African American females, we might do that a lot, right? All or nothing. I mean, because we're so
Mhm.
busy, that we don't think that 5, 10, 15 minutes, just as you were saying, is going to make a difference. But it really will, right? Because, you're whatever it is you're
Mhm.
doing, if you don't do it, then you did nothing. So you didn't even get any of that. But at least if you
Mhm.
try to attempt it, I think it's better, because I see that people try, feel that way with exercise, especially women. We feel that way because I know we make up all kind of excuses. I've heard a lot of folks make up excuses in terms of, what, I can't go to the gym because I don't have new tennis shoes you know. And hey, you can go to the gym or
Yeah.
work out with flip flops on, right? If you know what I'm saying, that's the other
Yeah.
excuse. I don't have the correct attire, so it's once again that's an all or nothing
Mhm.
thing, right? If I don't have the correct workout outfit, which I don't even know what that is, but I've heard folks tell me that, and I'm like, well, what is a workout outfit? I
Mhm.
mean, I can work out in my dress for that
Yeah.
matter, but sometimes I've heard
Mhm.
that, or your
Yeah.
tennis shoes, or how am I going to look when I go in there? So you
Yeah.
know what?
And
The nothing thing is I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. So we get in their
yeah.
heads.
And yeah, and let's be quite honest, it's an excuse. I mean, guys, they're just excuses. If you really, really, really want to do something, you're going to make time, find time, make the room, whatever it is that you need to do something. Um, and uh, I would just have a conversation with yourself. If you don't want to talk to yourself, write it down. Write it down and start asking, why is it that I don't want to go to the gym? Why
Right.
is it that I don't want to take care
Yeah.
of my health? Because that's at the
Right.
end, and it doesn't have to be the gym. I have a
Yeah.
program called Anything But the Gym,
Exactly.
because you don't have to go to the gym to get healthy. You can just get up and walk after dinner, before in the mornings, whatever. 30 minutes of movement a day will take care of your health. So having that honest conversation with yourself, have an
Hmm.
honest writing session with just you, and then ask, why is it that I don't want to take care of my health? Or why is it I can't take care of my health? Or what's the block that's in the way? Because something's blocking people, especially when it
Yeah.
comes to health and wellness. And in my eyes, when it comes to health and wellness, and and you're sick, like that you're on the edge of being sick, that you're on the edge of losing your quality of life, what's
Yeah.
going on, you know, and go see, hey,
Yeah.
go talk to a
Yeah. Be
therapist if you
intentional
need to.
about it. I think we have to be intentional and be
Mm-hmm.
honest with ourselves and think about, like you were saying, write it down on a piece of paper or whatever to be, that said, be intentional,
Mm-hmm.
put the pros and cons or the excuses, not excuses, whatever it is, because ultimately, you know, if we don't do it, as you were just saying, Norma, it could be a health thing, it could be a health issue, pushing it to the limit where, why let it go that far when, that there's things that you can do to change it. So, that's kind of what me and Norma are
Mm-hmm.
talking about, is just trying to make sure that you realize some of these things. That's why we're having these conversations. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All in
And
love.
we're having them all in love. Like,
Yeah.
this is coming from
Yeah.
a place of love and care, and in the heart. We just want people to be healthy because, again, Pat and I have experienced our own health issues. We know what it's like. And there's people out there that are experiencing health issues,
Yeah.
on the verge of experiencing health issues. And we just want to hopefully be
Yeah.
that
Nudge.
little
Yeah.
booster, or that little
That little
push,
nudge. Yeah.
that little nudge that maybe someone needs
Yeah. Yeah.
to make a turn. You know, that's what it is. So it's all in love, and we understand that people
Hmm.
are where they are in their place at the moment. And when you're ready, you'll do what you will. But we do want to help,
Yeah, just a little,
like
like I
push
said,
you.
just like Norma was saying, we both have
Yeah.
had things happen, and neither, me and Norma, we don't want anyone to have to go through what we've gone through, and we just want to be that little, I don't know, that little person in the back of your head, or like she said, the nudge that says, hey, if we can help circumvent
Mhm.
this from happening just to one person, because if I would have had conversations like this, if we would have had, something, maybe I would have listened and it wouldn't have went this far, but I didn't, right? And
Mhm.
perhaps if someone was saying that coming from a good place, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're coming from a good place. This is not, we're not trying to be these hard butts saying, hey, we can't do this. We're just trying to make it easy for folks, and see that
Mhm.
we can do it. We can do it. And if you do it by yourself, that's awesome. If
Mhm.
you do it with a partner, that's cool. But hey, I hate to go back to that Nike thing. Just do it. I know.
For
Take the
real. Yes,
step.
take the
Yeah.
step. Do not get paralyzed, right? Don't have
Yeah.
perfection
Yeah. Yeah.
paralyzation,
I know,
Just
huh?
do it.
So cliche,
So,
but so cliche. But
yeah.
I mean, I could, I don't know. I don't have paralyzation. I'm not all or nothing because in my life, I live so helter skelter, which I don't know if that's a good thing either. But, I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do that and I'll come back and I'll come back around. I'll catch up on the other
Mhm.
side. So yeah, that's my life. Cause I just
Mhm.
gotta, what is it?
Yeah.
Get in where you
Yeah.
fit in, or because it's just so many different things out there. So it
Mhm.
can be done. What we're saying is it can be
Yeah.
done. You just have to be, a little bit intentional about it, or not. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And the thing too that I've learned from going from this perfectionist mentality to just to going to, like, loosen up, loosen the grip. Um, you can always go
Yeah.
back and fix things. Like, that's one of the things. Life can be hard. Life can have its challenges, but life is also, like, it's not set in stone all the time. There's many things you can go back and fix. So if you just get something done, if you just do it, and maybe you didn't like the outcome of the something, you can go back and make adjustments, and then just do it again, and fix whatever it was that you didn't care for, make your adjustments, and then come back again. And you can do that over and over again. So if we're talking about fitness, if you decide that maybe you can do 30 minutes of exercise, but you want to come back and maybe you want to do 45 minutes, whatever it is, just you can make adjustments and you can
Yep.
fix it along the way.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
to break that.
And that's,
You're gonna have to hang with me a little bit more, Norma. You'll see all this helter skelter spur of the moment. I don't know if it works or it doesn't work, but I've been doing it for 67 years now. And it took me a while to get there because I think at some point I was kind of a perfectionist. I mean, I'm still in terms of time, I'm not flexible. I have to
mm,
be on time. And it makes me,
yes. That,
I mean, I can make myself crazy, and usually it always works out, but I like to be that person that's there early, or on time is
yeah.
late for me. So if I'm there on time, that means I'm late, and that's just, and so that's in my head. And I think that that's
Mhm,
the same thing with with
mhm,
health and physical fitness and what have you. Like you were saying, that all or nothing mentality. I have it in a different place, right?
mhm,
So but yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I feel you on the time issue. That's one that, guys,
Thank you.
I don't believe in CP
Me
time.
neither.
I
Me
I don't.
neither.
I don't. I don't. Not whatsoever. I know. Don't come at me because I don't believe it. I believe that it's a matter of planning and a matter of
Mhm.
respect to be on time. And the reason why I say that is because time you can never get back. Like time is our most valuable, precious commodity. Money you can make.
Yeah.
You can go get a job, go get some money. You can go do these other things. You can, if you lose a shirt, you can go buy a new one, right? But time you can never get back. And I never want to be someone wasting
Yep.
my time or somebody else's time. So no, I
She
don't
took it
believe in
there.
CP time whatsoever. I think it
She
is
took it
I
there.
did. It is a bad practice. I believe it is a bad,
No,
I just,
and
no,
yeah, it's a
no,
hard no, huh?
I'm a hard
Well,
no, guys.
obviously, it's to the point where
Yeah.
they've even named it, right? So there's an issue with that,
Yeah.
and I know I'm not. And my husband, he is so CP. So we don't go in the same vehicle. I mean, I will leave him.
Oh,
And he'll come out the house, 5 minutes, and I'm
mm-hmm.
not there. And he'll call me. He says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm where I'm supposed to be." I said, "You have your car. You will drive it." I said, "I can't be, because there's so many things you can do. And that's the thing, like you were saying, all or nothing thing, right? There's so many things you can do. If I get there 10, 15 minutes
Mm-hmm.
early, that's cool. I can sit there. I can relax. I can breathe. I can do some relaxation or
Uh-huh.
meditation exercises to get my head in the game as to whatever I'm doing. Or it gives me
Mm-hmm.
time. I can check my emails, get rid of some stuff. There's always stuff that you can do
Mm-hmm.
instead of just coming, and rushing, and, like you were saying, being, knowing, being, knowing you don't want to mess with someone's time. And, I just don't, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that one either, but that's just
Yeah.
me,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just
Me
me.
too.
Like I said, I have issues with that, but that's the same thing. That's the all or nothing thing. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, that's probably the reason
Yeah.
why we do what we do, even with our health, because, health, our
Uh-huh.
motivation in terms of exercise. And if you guys want to call it y'all, I'm not going to say you guys, it's y'all now. If y'all want to call it a different name besides, exercise, or, for me, it's just a way of life. It's part of my life. I mean, just like my eating, I don't diet anymore. It's just how I eat. I mean, dieting means I'm doing
Right.
something temporary. But if it's a lifestyle thing, then this is
Mhm.
how I live all the time. This is how I eat. This is how I, drink or whatever. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not something that I've switched. So if I'm having that mentality, and I think if
Mhm.
you even took that mentality, even with exercising, hey, that the mentality, that's just part of my lifestyle that I'm putting in there, that I
Yeah.
have to move, or, eat the way that I eat, or drink what I drink. That, I think it's just something that you have to make a conscious decision. And as I said, be intentional about it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny with my husband. So I've taken to telling him that things are 30 minutes. Like I'll tell him if we need to leave. Well, I'll tell him we need to leave at
He gonna be
11:30.
mad because I do that to my husband too. I do the 15-minute thing for him. And then I have to
Uh-huh.
make sure that I don't let him know that that's not the truth, right? Because he gets so upset. You mean that we could have had
Yeah.
15 more minutes doing what, Don? Doing what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you awful. Yeah.
That's my thing.
No,
Like,
no, no. I'm
I
I'm
know.
I'm the same way. I do it most almost I say I do it more than often than not, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Oh, yeah, we got
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
11:30."
Oh,
Yeah, but
wow.
it's
Yeah.
12. We could
Wow.
leave, but, just to get
Yeah.
there earlier, just to
Yeah.
make sure that we're just on time
That's
because,
funny.
like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's not gonna work.
that's me, but I don't know. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's I don't get it. And it drives me crazy. So, that's kind of the reason why I think, I
Yeah.
take it back to whatever it is I'm doing, even if it's something, it's better than nothing. And that's all we're saying too, folks, is if it's
Mhm.
something, it's better than nothing, and don't get into your own head and think that, don't judge your own self.
Yeah.
Don't be judgmental. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And
It is
life in
so
general is just not perfect. There's nothing perfect about this life. I mean, even the shape of a
nothing.
tree leaf, there's nothing perfect about it. Each one is individual and unique, and that's what life is we are living our
Yeah.
individual unique experiences. And we do the best
Yeah.
we can with the knowledge that we have, and just go out, loosen
Okay.
up. It's okay if it doesn't finish, if things aren't just perfect. If you can't do the hour, cut it down to 20. Do what you can, you know, and
Yep.
you're doing something with that. So
Yeah, that's
give
it.
yourself kudos
That
for doing
was a
stuff
good word.
like that.
Give yourself
Hmm.
kudos. Pat yourself on the back
Yeah.
for, hey, you know
Yeah.
what? You got out and you did it, even
Y-
though you knew you couldn't. It didn't
Yeah.
fit into that hour mode, or you couldn't do all of it, and you had to cut it short. Give yourself kudos that you just tried to do it. I like that. That's
Y-
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my when I do the intake with my clients, they get a little
Hmm.
sheet of expectations, and one of the expectations is give yourself
Hmm.
kudos, like pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself, look at your accomplishments and your achievements. There's the expectation, like it's not
Yeah.
really an expectation, but it's just like just be gentle with yourself and kind with yourself. And the other one too is it's about consistency, not perfection. So when I explain that one to the clients, it's about consistently doing the exercises, like 3 days a
Sure.
week. That's what we ask people to do. And if you can't finish the exercise in that 30-minute time, then if you need to cut it into 10-minute chunks, then you cut it into 10-minute chunks. So it's not about being perfect and finishing in that 30 minutes right then and there. It's about getting it done, and it's
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
managing your
yeah.
time
Something is
with
better
what
than
you can do.
nothing. Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's a very good point as well. Yeah, because that's what I
yeah.
tell folks too.
So,
Because I know they all get concerned. I can't, with the Zumba thing. I can't dance. I can't do. Oh, Pat, I can't do any of those moves. I said I don't want you to do any of those. I've been doing this forever. But what I do want you to do is just move to side to side. Just long as you're moving, even if you're sitting in the chair,
mhm,
move that arm, move that leg, move that
mhm,
head. Just move. That's
yeah,
because that's just like you said. It's better to do
yeah,
something than to do nothing. Okay. And don't
mhm,
be concerned
yeah,
about what you think somebody else is thinking or looking at, or, don't get in your own head, because nobody really cares. Besides you, you're your own worst enemy.
yeah, yeah,
Sometimes we sit ourselves up because
mhm,
everybody's just doing their own thing. They're not even thinking. And even if they are, who cares? I'm like, who cares? I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this for you.
right,
I mean, or anybody. I'm doing it for me, and
yeah,
so love
yeah,
yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
mhm, mhm, right.
Yeah.
Well, it's those little worlds. Everyone's in their own little world. They really are. I mean, sometimes we're so concerned about what's
Mhm.
going on in someone's little
Yeah.
world, but they're not worrying about us. They
I'm
won't even
telling you,
remember the color shirt
it's
we
so
were wearing
serious.
or the hat that we had on. Really aren't. So it's
Yes.
like just take care of yourself. Have fun. Have fun in life.
Fine.
Just have fun.
It's short.
Enjoy
It's
it.
so
It's
short.
short.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can't
And
believe, it
yeah.
just goes by so fast. And now it's going faster because I'm growing up more. So now, uh,
Oh, oh my
yeah.
gosh. My mom told me about this. She said as you get older, it goes quicker. And when she told me I was younger, I was like, yeah, okay. now I
Yes.
see what she
It
means.
goes real
It's like
quick
going real
because,
quick. So
I look at, okay, so I'm 67. So for me, somebody was saying, oh, no, but you're closer to 65. I said, no, not really. I'm actually closer to 70, and because next year I'll be 68. So that's two, and you think about time span and lifespan, really, my mom lived till she was almost 90. And that's when you're like 25 and what have
wow.
you, and you're like, you don't think about it because you've got so much ahead of you. But now they're
Hmm.
it's moving fast, babe. It's
Yeah,
moving fast. It is,
it
and
is.
so
It
yeah,
is. So
yeah.
yeah, and just like times moves fast in life,
That's
so
it.
has time
Yes.
moved in our podcast. So
All right.
yeah.
No
So
worries.
Pat,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank
All
you.
righty.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
All
wonderful
right. You
day,
take
and
care. Thank you
we'll
so
catch you
much. Have
next
a
time.
good one. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye, Pat.